India likely to voice its views against Sri Lanka in the Human Rights Council meet of the United Nations. The final list of candidates contesting the Sankrankowal bypolls released this evening. It's the last day for withdrawal of candidature. Chief Electoral Officer Praveen Kumar observes a 30 lakh rupees seizure in the Sankrankowal constituency. Landlords to keep the police informed about the details of tenants before renting out their properties. And Southern Railway operates special trains in view of the holiday season. Welcome to Headlines Now. With the final list for the Sankrankowal by-elections released, political parties are gearing up for the big day. And on a parallel note, Vigilance Wing has unearthed an unaccounted sum of 30 lakh rupees. We bring to you all of that and more during the next 30 minutes as you are watching Headlines Now with me, Linda Hercules. But first, a quick look at the national headlines. Major financial crunch for Kingfisher as 40 of their accounts are frozen by their excise department after failing to clear dues. It's the final phase of elections before the results on Tuesday. Figures show highest turnout so far in the polls. And the US is badly hit with a series of tornadoes this week. Death toll rises to 27. News in detail. India is likely to voice its views against its island neighbor Sri Lanka in the Human Rights Council meet of the United Nations for the alleged human rights violations during the war against LTTE. This is following strong pressure from political forces from the state, with the Chief Minister, DMK Chief and almost every other political force voicing in chorus and urging the centre not to support Sri Lanka on the resolution to be passed against it. Union Minister V. Narayanaswamy said that the concerns of political leaders of the state regarding this issue will be conveyed to the Prime Minister. More than 30 countries are expected to voice against Sri Lanka in the meet.
தமிழகத்தில் உள்ள அரசியல் கட்சிகள் இந்த இலங்கை மனித உரிமைகள் சம்பந்தமான தீர்மானத்தை மத்திய அரசு ஆதரிக்க வேண்டும் என்று கூறியிருக்கிறார்கள். பிரதமரிடம் தமிழகத்தினுடைய உணர்வுகளை நான் பிரதிபலித்திருக்கிறேன். கண்டிப்பாக மத்திய அரசானது, இந்திய அரசானது எங்கு அது இலங்கை மட்டுமல்ல எந்த நாட்டிலேயும் மனித உரிமை மீறல் இருந்தால் மத்திய அரசு அதை கண்டித்து தீர்மானம் கொண்டு வரும்பொழுது கண்டிப்பாக மத்திய அரசு அவர்களோடு நிற்கும்.
And our top story, the final list of candidates contesting the Sankrankowal by-election has been released this evening by the Election Commission. Out of the 40 nominations filed, 27 were rejected. Today was the final day to withdraw the candidature.
The 7 candidates from the major political parties include AIADMK's Muthuselvi, DMK's Jawahar Surya Kumar and MDMK's Sadan Thirumalai Kumar and DMDK's Muthu Kumar, and BJP has also fielded its candidate Murugan. All these candidates have listed in the final list released by the Election Commission. And around, as you said, around 27 nominations have been rejected, and these are the 13 people to contest in the elections. Apart from all these major parties, other parties that are registered in Tamil Nadu, including the Samajwadi, are also contesting in the elections.
And at this juncture, the Chief Electoral Officer Praveen Kumar said that 30 lakh rupees have been seized so far in the Sankrankowal constituency. Sources have said that in the past few days, an unaccounted amount of 5,85,000 rupees has been seized in the constituency during checks by the Vigilance Wing of the Election Commission. Moving on, preparation for the state budget for the financial year 2012-2013 is on full swing. Chief Minister Jayalalitha has been holding discussions and review meetings with officials from various departments in this regard. The cabinet meet, chaired by the Chief Minister, is scheduled to be convened on Monday ahead of the state budget. Based on the reports gathered during these meetings, the elements to feature in the budget is to be decided. The decision on the Kudankulam issue is also expected to be taken in the meet. Moving on, Hospitals on Wheels was one of the series of welfare schemes by the Chief Minister Jayalalitha. Jayalalitha inaugurated the Hospital on Wheels, that is a step ahead of the ambulances with advanced medical facilities which will visit ailing patients right at their doorsteps. She also inaugurated the tower built at the Mettur Dam to mark the 75th year of its construction through video conferencing. She also presented welfare aids to the 25 Thane affected farmers. Awards and cash prizes were also awarded to police officers who won prizes in sports summits held at national and state levels through video conferencing again. She also inaugurated the new building of Tamil Nadu Dental College and Hospital. Another assertion that the Kudankulam nuclear plant is all set to function, and this time again from Union Minister Narayanaswamy, who voiced his firm conviction that the centre will ensure this. He quizzed why the protesters who claim to be protesting in peaceful means are forcibly preventing the power plant workers from discharging their duties. He also urged the Tamil Nadu government to take stern actions against the protesters, stating that there are many cases and allegations on those involved. He expressed confidence that the plant will soon begin to function with the cooperation of the state governments. Stay tuned to NDTV Hindu as we move on to a short break now.